Welcome to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today is Monday, November 8th, 2021. Hey, just a reminder, if you like the show, hit that share button. Come on, hit the share button right now. Hit the like button. Let me know you like it. And of course, you can comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So please make some comments so I know that you're watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. And of course, as you know, you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. And there, you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. All right, so today we're going to be discussing, first of all, the market update. It was a pretty good day. We're going to be talking about the infrastructure bill and how that affected the market. I'm going to ask the question, is Elon Musk crazy? I think he is. We're going to talk about Tesla's semis, AMD and Meta being Facebook, of course, easy credit cards. This will be a really interesting thing for you to watch if you know nothing about credit cards. Also, Bitcoin and Ethereum highs. And of course, we'll be talking about the wrap-up and some of my picks for the week and what you should be doing. All right, so today, the Dow Jones actually finished up a little over 104 points, which is pretty good. The S&P up 4 points and the NASDAQ up 10 points. Okay, so these aren't that great compared to what's been going on. First of all, we also had, if you remember, several days of highs here. So we had the S&P, which by the way did break another high today at 4,700, and the NASDAQ's just sitting there at 15,000. It broke 16,000 the other day as a high. So we know that, it's kind of slowing down right now. And I've been saying this for a while, that of course it's going to slow down. And the reason it's going to slow down is simply because there's no catalyst anymore. Earnings season is going to be over, and we have the debt ceiling bill coming up, and it's just going to slow. It usually causes it to slow down. All right, so again, let's talk about what happened today. And of course, today the Dow was up 104 points on the fact that President Poopy Pants is taking credit for the now $1 trillion infrastructure bill passing this weekend in the House. All right, this bill that was separated from the original $3.5 trillion bill concentrates on just the infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, expanded Wi-Fi, solar grids, as well as electric car charging stations. For the most part, honestly, it's a good bill for the future of America, and yes, if this is what it is, I'm all for it passing. I'm looking forward to seeing the changes. The problem is always about paying for it. Look, just to clarify also, the bill now has to go to the Senate and then the executive branch, which of course is the president. Either one of them actually has to agree to make it official. But listen, you might think that might be easy because the president is truly the deciding factor in this case, but you never know. The people pulling on his strings may want more from the bill, or they find they can't benefit from it actually passing at this time, so they may give him some BS excuse not to pass it right now. I believe personally he'll sign it because I'm sure the witch Pelosi will want him to, so it'll get signed. But if it does pass, it'll be a boom to certain infrastructure stocks, as we have been discussing in the past. However, some of those stocks popped today, and it might be too late for you to invest in them. I've been saying to invest in them the last 2 weeks, and sure enough, they popped today. There's a saying in the investing world that goes like this: buy on the rumor and sell on the news. Well, the rumor was about a month ago, and the news is today. By the way, Caterpillar's stock rose about 4%. It was up about 7 points today. And this was a stock that I kept telling you to buy into the infrastructure bill. PAVE, P-A-V-E, which is an ETF, it rose today to its 52-week high. And the oil stocks, like Halliburton and Oxy, were also up. All in all, this bill may be good for the markets, but I'd wait for the quick in-and-out profit takers to take their profits before moving in. You need to understand that you need to check it out before. You want to make sure that the stocks are new patterns before you start buying them. All right, let's talk about Elon Musk. Holy cow. If you haven't heard about the great rebuted tweet from Elon Musk last week, you are probably living under a rock. Or maybe you're just a liberal ignoring facts, but let me tell you about this just in case. Some idiot on CNN, oh wait a minute, I'm sorry, they're all idiots on CNN. Anyway, some idiot on CNN wrote that 2% of Elon Musk's wealth could solve world hunger. So they tweeted, 2% of Elon Musk's wealth could solve world hunger. This has been the chant from the anti-math league known as the Dumbocrats and the libtards for many years. Just tax the risk and that will solve all our problems. Well, I'm not even going to go into my thoughts on how dumb that statement was, but let me tell you what Elon Musk's response was on Twitter. It was brilliant. He tweeted, if they could describe on this Twitter thread exactly how 6 billion would solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock now and do it. I gotta tell you, Elon Musk is the second best tweeter ever. Of course, we all know who the first best one was, but he's not allowed on Twitter anymore. Anyway, as usual, the big mouths didn't respond because they know they're fools. However, Musk decided to put a poll on Twitter on whether he should sell 10% of his Tesla stock so he could claim it as a gain and pay taxes on that gain. This guy is brazen and I love it, man. It's brilliant. Interesting, the poll have almost 60% saying that he should sell the stock. Seriously? This is like you and I selling our Rolex watch. What, you don't have a Rolex watch? Wow, you really should get one. They're kind of awesome. Well, anyway, it's like one of my friends used to say, it's a piss in a lake for Musk. It's not a whole bunch of money, but this is nothing to him. However, as usual, when Musk makes waves, Tesla stock goes down, and all the articles and talking heads are talking about it. Seriously, guys, the stock is down 30 points and it's still just under 1,200? 1,200? This stock's insane. It's crazier than Bitcoin and Shiba put together. Musk will have to file with the SEC to sell that much, so you'll know ahead of time. My guess is that he will sell it and buy it back at a lower price anyway, because he's no dope. That's for sure. All right, let's talk real quick about Tesla semis. On that note, Tesla has been building electric-powered semi, and Pepsi will be getting the first of their fleet in the fourth quarter. PepsiCo CEO Ramon Laguarta was speaking at an event today and discussing the fact that Pepsi made a pledge to cut back on their emissions footprint, and Tesla trucks are part of the solution. Pepsi had ordered a purchase of 100 Tesla semi-trucks. It was the largest known pre-order of the vehicle at the time of the pledge, which was about 4 years ago. It seemed that with Pepsi ordering trucks and Hertz ordering vehicles, Tesla will be the only electric vehicle for a while. We all know that other people are doing it, but you got to understand, others are definitely going to catch up. You've seen Ford stock lately. Wow, it went over 20 today for the first time since the early 2000s. Did you know that it was at $5 mid-range 2020 during the pandemic scare? What a play that would have been, especially if it was a stock option play. That would have been awesome. All right, real quick, let's talk about AMD and Meta. Looks like Meta, formerly Facebook, is really heading to become Skynet. Skynet is a reference from the Terminator movie series with Arnold Schwarzenegger. In this movie, the future is run by robots and machines that are controlled by artificial intelligence known as Skynet. So why do I say that Meta is becoming Skynet? Well, check this out. The chip maker AMD just signed an agreement with Meta to be their chip maker for upcoming projects. What do you think those projects may be? Well, Meta already uses mostly artificial intelligence to scan users and posts for violations of their ever-changing and confusing community standards. Facebook also wants to create what they're calling the metaverse. This will be an artificial, virtual environment that you can actually interact with others. Look up the movie Surrogates or The Matrix and get a glimpse of what you'll be living in. By the way, AMD stock rock today was up 11% on the news, and it's time for a break, and remember, I'll be back.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and I'm glad you're with us. Hey, did you hit that share button? Come on, share me with your friends. Hit that like button and let me know you enjoy the show. And of course, you can also leave comments, and I will try to respond to them. Hi, Mike. Hi, Tiffany. And hi, Bill. I appreciate the comments. And if you guys want to comment some more, I'd love it. And also, everybody else out there watching, please comment as well. You could comment on any venue that you're watching. So far we've been talking about how the market is up 104 points, how the S&P is up 4 points, and the NASDAQ is up 10. I don't think it's going to stay there much longer. We talked about the fact that they passed the infrastructure bill. We definitely talked about Elon Musk being crazy, Tesla semis, and of course AMD and the metaverse. Ooh. We're going to be talking about easy credit cards and Bitcoin. They almost seem to go together, don't they? Let's talk a little bit about easy credit cards. So I always teach my students to get as many credit cards as they possibly can. And if you're watching this for the first time and don't understand that, don't worry about it. Come see us and I'll talk to you about it. I also teach to get business credit as well. This credit can be extremely useful in times of need or in times of expansion. With a decent credit score, you can get both credit cards in your name and in your business name. A Fed survey suggests that banks have generally reported having eased standards for business loans by lowering rates, expanding credit lines, or imposing less restrictive terms. They're making it easier to get credit cards. But while demand for credit cards increased, demand for auto loans declined. This to me is kind of a surprise, but it could just be that the cars and trucks are just harder to buy right now. That's because so many people are just keeping what they have because they can't get the cars. In a special survey, questions related to the pandemic, banks said demand for business and credit card loans remained below pre-pandemic levels, with stronger demand expected over the next 6 months. So they're basically telling you that the credit cards companies still aren't getting as much credit cards as they used to. They're not issuing as much as they used to. That's why it's great to get it now. So banks cited customers facing more favorable income prospects and higher expected consumer spending needs, giving prevailing interest rates and terms as reasons for stronger expected demand. So they're expecting the demand to go up. I would tell you to go and get them now. Many years ago, I worked for an employer. You guys remember this guy? Crazy Eddie. The owner, Eddie Antar, used to say, get credit when you don't need it, because when you need it, you can't get it. I got to tell you right now, with the bank's easing requirements, you should be applying for all the credit cards you can get before you can't get them. Apply for HELOCs, apply for credit cards, apply for loans, apply for everything. I actually discussed this in my new book, Money Hacks, and that book will be available before the end of the year. Look it up on Barnes & Noble. Look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse, and you'll be able to even pre-order it. Let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin. What the heck is Bitcoin? Is this some kind of penny with a bite taken out of it? That probably would have been my grandfather if he was alive. Come to think of it, it probably would have been my father if he was alive. But damn it was me and I'm alive. Oh man. Anyway, we all watched as Bitcoin went from pennies to 66,000 and said, I wish I would have gotten some of that. Well, you didn't, and neither did I. Bitcoin's in record territory, and Ethereum just broke records again at 4,700. Wow, what a ride. If you're in any crypto, put the symbol in as a comment. So if you're in crypto, put it up as a comment. I'm dying to see what crypto people are in. But, you know, maybe you're in Ether, maybe you're in Bitcoin, maybe you're in Doge, or maybe you're in Shiba. Put it in the comments. I'd like to see what you guys are doing and how many of you actually are throwing the dice on this one. I'm in Shiba and Doge, and right now, I think I'm doing pretty well with it. Look, right now, so while you guys are putting that up, again, put up your crypto if you're investing in it. I'm going to go check my Coinbase account, and we'll be right back.
Investor schooling needs a new slogan.
Investor schooling? Never heard of.
Investor schooling?
Never heard of them.
Investor schooling? Never heard of them.
Any suggestions? Phil?
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either.
Investor Schooling. We never heard of you either. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling? Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling?
Those guys are everywhere.
Okay, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And you're not going to believe this, but I'm having to listen to somebody speak Spanish in the next room, and it's driving me nuts. But hey, that's what happens when you have a studio that's not exactly soundproof. However, it is what it is. By the way, it's not the problem that they're speaking Spanish. It's just a problem that they're speaking it all. So I just want to make sure that you didn't think that, I was a racist or anything. Right, Pedro? I'm not a racist. There you go. So far we've been discussing the market update, how the Dow is up 105 points, how the S&P is up 4 points, and the NASDAQ is up 10. I'm telling you now, the market's not going to stay up there much longer. We've also been talking about the infrastructure bill, and that's probably why the market is up today. We've been talking about crazy Elon Musk and his tweet this weekend about how, yes, if he could solve the world's hunger, he would do it. We talked about Tesla semis. We talked about the metaverse and how it's going to become, pretty quickly, Skynet. We talked about getting easy credit cards and, of course, Bitcoin. So let's talk about a little bit about some of the stock picks and some of the things that are going on. By the way, did you hit the share button yet? Come on, I see some of you guys watching. Hit that share button. Did you hit the like button? Let me know you like the show. And of course, leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. And I did not see any comments of what you guys are investing in as far as crypto. If you're not, just say not me or whatever, just so I know you guys heard me say it, because I'd like to know if you guys are in any crypto. So first of all, the market was kind of boring today, seriously, as the infrastructure bill took center stage. As we discussed, the infrastructure stocks all pushed up a bit, and my core stocks such as Apple, Meta, formerly Facebook, CCL, and AAL kind of didn't do much today. AAL was up, good 30 cents, which is pretty good for AAL, but it was all right. Hood moved up a little bit, and I'm going to tell you that I really think Hood's about to run. Now, the reason I think Hood's about to run is because Coinbase just ran. Coinbase ran up 150 points, and I missed that run, and I'm so, I could cry because I missed my buy-in by like 50 cents or something. That was like 215, and now it's at 350 something, which is amazing. But I think that money's going to move to Hood soon because it's the same basic concept, right? I also need to let you know that I'm mostly in cash as I wait for the middle of November to bring the market down. As I've said before, with earnings season ending and the debt ceiling vote coming back in December, the market's probably going to lose steam, so it's going to go down. So I'm going to start to expect that to happen. Let's talk about real quick. We mentioned some of it before on the crypto scene. Bitcoin is about 66,000 again as it reaches for 70,000 and new records. And Ethereum is in record territory again as it's over 4,700, which I believe is going to hit 5,000 no problem and probably 6,000 really quickly after that. My two favorites, Shiba and Doge, are at 61 millionth of a cent and 21 and 28 cents. Actually, Shiba is no longer 58.61. I just checked. It's actually right now, it's actually about 54 millionth of a cent. So it's not that great anymore. All right. So I'd like to actually see it back in the 80 millionth of a cent again. I actually would probably sell a little bit just because of that. And this is interesting too. Some say that when Ether and Bitcoin are going up, the altcoins start to go down. So that might be something for you to keep an eye on and see if that information is actually correct. I want to thank you again for watching Money Chat Now. Hey, did you hit that share button yet? Come on, hit the share button. Did you hit the like button? Let me know you like the show. And of course, leave comments. I want to know if you've made any money with some of the tips that we discussed in the show. If we have, leave a comment. You can leave a comment after the show. I'll still see it. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook as well. From time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to make them. And again, thank you for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support. Oh, I got some interesting news for you guys who are watching. This show will be moving in December to 7:30 a.m., and we will be simulcast broadcast on WWDB AM. So that's going to be kind of cool. But I will see you tomorrow at 4:03. Take care.